What's up guys, Houndish here with a quick Destiny 2 update. I wanted to break down some of the important dates between now and when Destiny 2 launches that you should be prepared for, as well as this, an amended reply to one of the IGN AMA comments regarding armor stats and visuals, which I'll talk about in a moment. We've got a breakdown of some of the weapon effects for your enemies in PvP, which are pretty interesting, and some other stuff to talk about. So first up, let's break down the important dates before Destiny 2 launches. Some of these will very likely be big reveals for Destiny 2 as well. So back to Destiny 1, on August the 1st, we'll see the final Iron Banner for Destiny 1. The game mode is going to be Control. As far as the inventory, Bungie haven't revealed anything, which is unusual for the Iron Banner. Perhaps we'll see some weapons return from Year 2, maybe even Year 1. It's possible, but we'll have to wait and see. On August 11th, we will see the final rounds of Trials of Osiris for Destiny 1. This weekend, or the weekend for Trials starting the 28th of July, is the final weekend that those stats will count towards your Age of Triumph record book, so be sure to jump in if you need to complete any of that. Moving forward to Destiny 2 stuff though, Gamescom is happening in August, and Bungie say we're going to Gamescom and can't wait to join the press of humanity and watch the Rhine flow again. The road to launch has some more awesome stops for us to make, and Germany is next. So Gamescom actually runs between the 22nd and the 26th of August. We can really expect a bunch of information to drop here, perhaps some trailers and some new gameplay. Interestingly enough, on August the 23rd, new clan features will go live for Destiny 2 on Bungie.net, including the ability to edit your clan page, mottos, and clan banners. And with August 23rd being the first full day for Gamescom, I think we could see a bunch of reveals potentially here, maybe a new trailer that includes the clan stuff as well, because of course the new features will go live on Bungie.net the same day. Before August 23rd, you also have to select whether you want your clan to remain a clan or a group for Destiny 2. I will leave the information about that in the description below. But then on August the 28th, early access begins for the PC beta of Destiny 2. So if you've got it pre-ordered, you can jump in on the 28th. On the 29th, open beta will begin for the PC, and the beta is set to close on the 31st of August. So there's really a lot happening from around the 22nd of August all the way through to the end of August. And with Gamescom and various features going live on Bungie.net, I think we'll see plenty of reveals. It could be a quiet couple of weeks until then, but the hype train isn't ready to stop anytime soon. Moving on, a few days back, IGN did an AMA with Bungie where they answered a bunch of questions from the community, but one of the answers has actually been updated. So there was a question about armor, and it said, with resilience, recovery, and agility on the armor now, will the armor have a visual look to it that reflects the boosts on it? For example, high resilience, heavy armor, high agility would have sleeker, thinner armor. Previously, I believe the answer was simply nope, but it has been updated now, which is pretty interesting. So the updated answer from Luke Smith says, with each piece of armor, the design team considered its visuals before assigning stats to it. For example, armor that looks thick and defensive is assigned to the heavy designation, which prioritizes resilience and recovery. Our goal with resilience, recovery, and mobility is that these are stats that players can feel while they're playing. For example, a high mobility warlock running a lightweight weapon is going to zoom around the map faster than a warlock who has prioritized resilience and recovery. Adding additional resilience, recovery, or mobility to a piece of armor is just one use for the much discussed mod slot on armor in Destiny 2. So that is pretty interesting. They do assign the stats to the armor based on the visuals, so if it looks really heavy, it's going to be more focused on resilience and recovery. And there's a bit of a tease there where it says adding additional resilience, recovery, or mobility to a piece of armor is just one use for the much discussed mod slot. Of course, we haven't seen what mods you can apply to specific pieces of armor, but that does confirm that mod slots will feature many other capabilities, and you may be able to add additional stats onto them as well, which would be pretty interesting. If a piece of raid gear looks a certain way, you wouldn't want to have kind of fixed stats that you can't change purely on its visuals. In the reveal build of the game, they did show armor pieces that grant you bonus super energy and things like that. Of course, there's been some tension about ability cooldowns and everything in the game. Bungie say these have been changed and addressed already, but it is worth remembering that the mod slots are there. There will be additional bonuses for pieces of armor, and we've already seen ones which can affect cooldowns. So definitely an interesting little update right there that I thought you guys might be interested in. Up next, I wanted to point out something pretty interesting about weapons in Destiny 2, particularly power weapons in PvP, and how they appear when enemies are holding them. So Chris D Animation on Reddit actually posted a pretty cool image right here showing off how different weapons appear. So I'm sure you guys have noticed this, but when an enemy player in PvP is holding a power weapon, they actually have kind of lights on the front of them, almost like LEDs or something, with different colors to display what kind of weapon it actually is. For example, right here you can see the shotgun has a white light on the front of it in this clip. When it comes to fusion rifles, they appear with more of a blue glow around the front. And then with grenade launchers, you have a kind of red glow, and for rocket launchers, that's more of an orange glow. I don't have a piece of footage for it here, but snipers still have the kind of red laser on the front. And you also see things like enemy grenades, such as the lightning grenade, will actually have a red glow around the base of the grenade. So I thought that was pretty interesting and definitely worth pointing out. This isn't something that's always going to be massively useful, but in certain engagements, certain moments in PvP, they will be able to give you a little bit of information. You know, you see that Titan rushing towards you across the map. If he's got that glowing white light on the front of the weapon, then from a distance you know it's not an assault rifle or anything like that. And this also means that they have ammo in that weapon as well. So definitely pretty interesting. Bungie have spoken about how they want PvP to be more learnable, and I guess this is just a little step in that direction. Finally, if you love your Destiny 2 collectibles, in September you'll be able to start collecting Destiny Funko Pops, which are pretty awesome. Hashtag Sam actually posted some real images of these, so you can see Zavala, Ikora, and Cade right there, and then also the vinyl edition of the Xur figure, which is pretty awesome. I think the Xur one is one of my favorites right there. But here is the full collection. You can see Cade, Shax, Ikora, and Zavala the Vanguard, and then we've even got Oryx, Xur, Atheon, and Crota. That Oryx one is actually badass. I kind of wish we had an Axis one in there, maybe even a Skullus one. A Skullus one could look really, really cool. Nonetheless though, these are pretty awesome, and I just thought I'd share them with you guys. So there we have it anyway. I just wanted to break down some important dates you should pay attention to, and some little updates which may otherwise have gone unnoticed. So I hope you have enjoyed the video, guys. As always, if you have, a like and comment below is very much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe if you want to see a lot more Destiny 2 content. For now though, you guys have an awesome day.